right on in. You're at Father Fish. I am wonderful. How are you, Myra?
Doing very well, sir. Doing very well. Thank you so much.
Well,
And honor to meet you. It's amazing.
likewise. Amen. Yes, indeed. You as well. You have had an enjoyable time of it. You've been traveling all over the United States. Huh?
Yes, yes, yes. Right now we are in Houston, and we met Mr. Jeff Senske yesterday at Aquarium Design Group,
Oh, wonderful. Yes.
and we got to go and meet a few other people. We were at the Super Zoo event, and we met a lot of people there as well. Yeah? So
Yes, I'm sorry
it's
I didn't
amazing.
make that. I need to make that next year. That's
Sure,
a
sure.
wonderful event.
I'm sure. I mean, yeah, the aquarium was not that. I mean, compared to the dog and cat
Right.
aquarium section, was not that big, but it was pretty good. It was pretty good.
Well, I've never been to Las Vegas, so
So that's another reason. Yeah, that's another reason.
right. I want to talk with you about what you're doing in India because that's been very inspiring to me.
Thank you so
You
much.
know, I know you're breaking new ground. I'm trying to do the same thing as well. And I found there are a lot of people in India who are interested in what I'm doing, but are deeply aware of you and I think they are beholden to you for what you have done to build the hobby in India. It's been an amazing piece of work you've achieved.
So it's just been an honor. It's my, it's God's grace, and I mean,
Amen.
I've tried my best to do, to share the information I have, and hope that the hobby gets better and people keep fish better. That's always been the
That's right.
motivation.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And some of your videos, I should be honest, I've actually stolen a couple of your content and made that in Hindi, in the local language. A couple of the videos because it's actually apt. It's so right. But of course, a lot of the hobbies get confused with when you tell them no water change or no, they don't understand the whole ecological balance, and
That's
they
exactly
don't, yeah,
right.
they just stick to the no water change part. And I
Yeah.
get a lot of messages saying, you know what, Father Fish said that don't do water change. I said, see, he didn't say don't do water changes. He said
Right.
do it right. You
Right.
know,
Right.
so you have to
Right.
watch the full video to understand exactly what he's trying to tell you. Yeah. And you've gained a lot of popularity in the last few months or so, and a lot of people have in India who follow you because, see, and I believe they should because you are teaching everybody the foundation of the hobby. You know, this is what
Right.
we did. We did about 25 years ago. There was no internet, and we made dirted tanks, and we used the sand and soil. We used laterite because we get a lot of laterite here.
Yeah.
The
Yeah. Yeah.
and iron-rich soil. We get a lot of iron-rich soil, especially in India, and that is something we've always used, and we've grown plants, amazingly. And that is the foundation. If you can get to understand this and grow plants, then you do what you want. All your aquascaping and all of that comes later. You know,
That's exactly right. You got to get the foundation.
true, sir. True, sir.
Right.
And we had an amazing conversation yesterday with Mr. Jeff Sensky also because he also advocates the same thing, but he's in his manner. You know, he
Right.
he, he uses this term called greening. Okay, greening because he says you don't need soil, you don't need fancy lighting. You just need to understand the concept and how the plants grow, what they basic, the small things that they require. You don't have to fight with algae, and that's all the foundation. That's the foundation of the hobby. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really true. I mean, I've been in the hobby for more than 70 years, and as though I started as a child, and as a child, you what you're interested is in learning the foundation, learning the basics, so you
True.
know how to make it happen. You
True.
know how to put a tank together. And so
True.
that was my earliest memory, really, was understanding understanding how to put it together from nature.
I've got a few very silly questions, but as a hobbyist and to a senior, which is your favorite fish?
Uh, well, it changes a lot.
Same here. I can't make up my mind. I can never
Yeah,
make up my mind.
I think
Yeah.
a long time, my favorite fish was the arapaima because I
Ah,
never had one. And then
okay.
when I got one, my next favorite fish was the abba abba,
Ah,
Nalatus
yes,
Gymnarchus
yes,
niloticus. It's
yes,
the Nile River fish.
yes, yeah.
There are so many wonderful native fish in your country
Yes.
that we
Um,
cherish here.
yes. And see, the thing is, our government also is trying very hard to kind of, conserve those species and see how they can be brought into the hobby. But they are still very confused. We've been talking to the Department of Fisheries. I know a couple of friends they are fighting very hard to, allow certain fish in the hobby and to be bred and to be also brought out in more easily to the hobby so that the natural resources don't get destroyed. But yes,
Right, right.
we are a growing country and with a large population, so at some point fish doesn't take precedence as much, you know.
Well, I think we're facing exactly the same struggle here in
Mm,
the U.S.
mm.
state by state as well as nationally. You know, there are voices who want to shut down the entire industry and not let anybody keep any pets of any kind. So
That's actually, yeah.
there's that kind of extremism out there that is just so, for me, it is so anti-nature,
Mm.
anti-creation. It really speaks of a kind of evil intent to separate human beings from the natural world.
So true, so true, so true. And see, I think everybody should experience the aquarium hobby at some point of time, especially growing children. Because, like you said, sir, you started when you were a child. I started when I was a child. I was lucky that my mother got me into this hobby. She was an avid pet keeper. She would love all kinds of pets. She was a very good horse rider, and that kind of stuff. So, and she got me into this and said, and it continued. It was always there, and I managed to pay my college fees breeding fish. I used to breed
I
gibbonses,
did. I did too. I did too. I
and
did too.
so yeah, because we used to get probably a cent or 2 cents per fish, and gibbonses breed so easily, you know.
That's right. Yeah,
Especially in a natural tank where you have ample
yeah,
amount of laterite and dirt and good amount of plants growing well, nice and bushy, and then they breed perfectly. You don't need to do anything for them. They take care of themselves.
yeah.
And and that used to be a huge benefit. That used to be a huge benefit. That
So
and that was sorry,
let me
please, sir.
ask you a question.
Yeah.
What do you believe we can do together uh, here in America and in India to build the hobby?
I think we're already on that path, sir. I personally believe we're already on that path, and the next step to that is the fact that we are already, chatting with each other. Thanks to
Right.
technology, we are able to share our ideas with, the hobbyist, and
It's such an amazing tool, isn't it?
yeah, it is. It is. It's so amazing because I still remember when we were kids. We were kids. There was no internet, and
That's
we
right.
had a few. We had a few shippy friends who'd come to America or any other country. We'd beg them to get one of those tropical fish magazines and
Yeah.
just to see what's happening.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, so I think we've come a long way. We need to kind of, I believe if we keep doing this, we keep at it. So keep telling people that This is an amazing hobby, and this is something that you can all enjoy, all ages. It doesn't matter. Children can learn better science than they teach in the school. you
Right.
know
That's
and
right.
as you grow
That's
older,
exactly right.
yeah, today America or India, teenagers are facing this depression and all sorts of things. We had never heard of it when we were young, you know because we
Yeah.
were so busy with our hands and head inside the aquarium we couldn't hear it. There was no depression, there was no time for all that. We were very
Right. Oh,
busy.
yeah. Mayor, I am delighted to meet you and chat
My
with
honor,
you.
sir. My honor, sir.
This is amazing for me. I've been following you for probably a year
Sir, that is such an honor, sir. Such an
and
honor.
enjoying what you're doing and understanding the impact you're having in your country
Sir,
in building the hobby.
sir, I'm just doing my efforts. It's God's grace. And people like the way I express things. And I try my best to actually, instead of trying to say what I want to say, I kind of, see what they require, what they want to learn, what they want to understand. And I kind of put it across to them. So I always, every morning I pray that, this continues and, people, people keep appreciating what I do. And the fact that you were following me is a big honor for me, sir. Big honor for me.
Well, likewise, you were the one who reached out to me, and I
Yes.
was just deeply touched by that.
Yes.
So that really meant a great deal to me.
So because I was anyway traveling to America for a week or so, and I mean the Super Zoo was just 2 days, so but we had a few days available, so we thought let's try and see who all the people we can meet up. So
Wonderful,
yeah,
wonderful. Just so
yeah.
appreciate it.
So again, sir, another silly question: which is your favorite plant?
That's an easy one.
All right.
Madagascar lace.
Oh, that's such a beautiful plant. Yes, that's such a beautiful plant.
I just bought
Amazing.
25 of them. I've got a string of them in this tank. It's full, so I'm hoping they all grow out, become just fill the tank.
Most of the Apanagaton species, they love the extra soil that you give them, and they grow easily. They grow very easily.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
yeah.
Amazing plants.
See, I always say this to most of my hobbies, saying, they keep thinking that, algae is their nemesis or the Darth Vader. And I'm like, no, guys, algae is actually good for you because it tells you what's going wrong with your aquarium. And when I saw your videos advocating the same thing, I said, okay, man, I'm doing something right. And it was, because the kind of experience you have and the information you share, it's amazing, sir. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Well, that's right. And I hear that all the time. People getting confirmation. That they're doing things that are on their own. This is a hobby of isolated people.
Yes,
It's a hobby of hermits, really.
yes,
And
yes.
what we're providing is a way to link all those individuals up with larger groups and with people they have a lot in common with. That's the power of the club, the fish club.
Yes.
I think we're seeing it here. I've started a Discord channel and it's just exploded. We have hundreds of people there every day sharing with each other, getting confirmation from each other, learning from each other. It's a wonderful experience.
It is, sir, because I went through the Discord channel, what the link you sent to me earlier. And see, this is something that we did early on, about 10, 15 years ago, even in India. We had a aquarium forum, it is called. We had
Right.
what is called the Aquarius Society of India, Indian Aquarium Hobbies. These were online forums that seniors managed. And we had so much information to share. Everybody would share their experiences, their mistakes, you know, and somebody would learn from it,
That's
some
right.
of the, yeah, because it's an everyday learning process. Like somebody asked me, sir, you're an expert in aquariums and aquaculture. I said, boss, I'm a beginner, I'm just learning now, because there's
Right.
so much you can learn. There's so much you can learn. Every day there's something new.
Now you're building a business. I am too. I am amazed. All I'm really selling right now is my dirt supplement and plants, and I almost can't keep up with the orders.
Yeah.
How is your business doing?
It's doing very well, sir. People are responding to the kind of products that we're making because most of the products we've designed and made is for the hobbies and for the fish. So we've designed food products that the fish requires, not depending on somebody's
It's
budget or somebody's
wonderful.
pocket. Yeah.
That's right.
So we use high quality anchovies. We don't use wasted fish meal. We use extremely good quality product. Anyway, a product that said, I have a gift box headed your way. I'm
Oh,
going
no
to take
wonder.
your address and it'll come to you probably in a week's time. So you can definitely have a look at it. Give us your feedback. It'll be an honor to hear from you, and you could tell us what we're doing right or wrong, and we would
Well,
love to.
let me do this. Let me give you the formula for my substrate so that you can provide it. You can sell it in India.
Definitely, sir.
I,
Definitely. And
I am.
we'll put it clearly saying father fish formula. That's because that's what it is. Let's do that. Let's do that. I
I
mean,
would love
the
to do
more
that.
important things, interesting things, good quality things that come to hobbyists, the better the hobby becomes. Yeah.
Well, we will do that. We will certainly do that. That'll
Definitely.
be wonderful.
Amazing it'll be. It'll be amazing. That'll be
Yeah.
I mean, we're more than happy to, do what needs to be done. More than happy.
Likewise. Likewise.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm excited about looking at your products because there may be some things that I can market here in the States.
Definitely, sir. Definitely, sir. I mean, that is another topic, but surely, see, we're constantly communicating with the hobbies and the fish keepers because one of my things that I do is till date I have replied to every single comment that has been made on my channel.
I do too.
Yeah, so I constantly keep replying, and this gives us a lot of information about what the hobbyist or the fish keeper, wants to get, or is having problem with, and that makes it very, very easy for us to bring better quality or more usable product.
Right.
Instead of just making a product and saying, this does this and this does that. We know a ton of products which are only chemicals.
Right.
It's just chemicals, and it's nothing but chemicals. Okay, and
Yeah,
it's not
exactly.
right. It's not good to use at all. So
That's
we
right.
have a lot of 100% natural products.
Ah,
Okay, we use a lot of natural ingredients. See, one of the most important ingredients for our algae wafer is zucchini. Okay,
okay.
so
Zucchini, yes.
yeah,
Right.
because that's what the fish needs.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
instead of just and today everybody's making spirulina wafers, and because just the spirulina is not going to help the fish.
that's really true.
Yeah.
There's a
So
lot of misunderstanding about spirulina. I know breeders,
mm,
very very high level breeders, who say that spirulina is worthless.
exactly, exactly.
It doesn't provide any nutrition for fish.
No, that's one of the biggest reasons people they buy expensive catfish or autofeedless fish, and and in a few days or a couple of weeks they're dead because
That's
they
right.
don't know what, and they keep telling me, oh no, we're feeding them algae wafers and spirulina wafers,
I
and I'm like,
know.
that's
I know.
totally useless.
I
That's
know.
totally useless.
Yeah. They need to feed them wood and mud.
A lot of it.
A lot of it. Right. Right.
Oh, this is overwhelming, sir. I mean, so I'm so happy that I've been able to. I would have loved to come and meet you personally. That would have been a big honor. But then very soon, definitely either we'll have you in India or we'll come back.
I would love to come to India. There are
Uh,
so many things in India I would love to see.
we would
I
love that too.
Yeah, I've always been deeply impressed with the wildlife in India.
We are very regular. Every few months, we head out for the wildlife safaris, and
Oh my,
because we're avid. We
naturally.
also I have a very close friend who actually does wildlife filming. So I keep going with him regularly. So you're most welcome. The next
Oh,
time we're off, yeah, so
that was
we'll show you tigers and elephants up close.
amazing. Amazing. Mayur, thank you so much.
My pleasure, sir. My honor, sir.
This has been delightful. That makes also
We
delightful.
sh-
Wonderful.
let's catch up again, sir, soon. We'll
We
catch up soon again.
let this be the beginning.
Yes, this is only the beginning. Yes.
Thank you so
All right.
much. Thank
Thank
you
you so
for
much, sir.
inviting me to do this.
My pleasure, sir. My pleasure and my honor, sir. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.